So I had to do this video in this fashion. So guys, the title was a bit of a clickbait, if you will, for the purpose of letting people know that we are not dead yet. We're not glowing in the dark. There hasn't been a mushroom cloud set off anywhere on the planet. That being said, is there still a possibility of a global war, a nuclear war, world war? Yes, absolutely. Every day we wake up, something can change. Hell, something can change while we're sleeping. But when you watch the media, when you watch YouTube channels constantly sticking you in the rib with fear, trying to get you scared every day of the week, it starts to become numbing. At least to people like myself, it's numbing. It's just like, all right, whatever, dude, this shit ain't gonna happen. And there's a lot of things that in the prepper community, and I've been at fault for this, so I'm not excluding myself out of this conversation, but we've all fallen victim to the bullshit. And in some cases, a lot of us created a situation that wasn't there. A lot of people keep asking me, or not asking me, I'm sorry. People keep telling me that they're nervous about the Hamas-Israeli war and that they are still nervous about the Russian-Ukraine war, thinking that that's going to spill over into something bigger. Now, I myself thought that the Russian-Ukraine war was going to spill into something bigger, and it didn't. It's just this ongoing BS, bullshit, crap war, or skirmish, or whatever you want to call it. Now we're looking at the Hamas-Israeli war, or Palestinian-Israeli war, however you angle that. And still, yeah, a couple of Arab nations are voicing their opinion and waving their fist in the air, but nothing's being done. I thought we were going to see a tactical nuke somewhere being used last year, and it didn't happen. And now, I sit back and I'm watching everything and taking all the information in. It's less likely that we're going to see a nuclear war. And I'm not saying we'll never see it in our lifetime, but I'm less convinced that we're going to see a global war, a world war, or nuclear war when in regards to what's going on now. Now, yes, there are other issues going around the world where nations will probably be fighting one another, and I still don't think that's going to spark a world war. In fact, if China invades Taiwan, I don't think that's going to lead to a world war. That's going to lead to stretching our military thin, or thinner, but I don't think that's going to start a third world war. And so here we are, guys, again, in the prepper community, and I can care less about other communities like, Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, the war community, whatever community on YouTube's out there, I can care less about them. I'm talking about the prepper community, and be careful of stepping in the bullshit. Because I think even myself at one time got wrapped up in the bullshit and started spewing shit that I was hearing from either other YouTube channels, so-called war generals that were in the United States Army or military, whatever it was, and they're stating that we could definitely see a global world war and a global nuclear annihilation and all this other bullshit, and then nothing. We have confronted nuclear annihilation, I don't know how many times since I've been alive. I'm 46 years old. And it seems like, guys, that they push this narrative to scare us, to keep us in check, because every responsible leader, world leader, wherever they are not ready for the repercussions and the fallout that comes along with a world war and or global annihilation. Every last leader knows what's behind that wall, or door rather. They're looking at it like, yeah, we open that fucking can of worms, that shit's going to get out of control. So they're not going to do it. So I'm convinced that when they mention this, they talk this shit, they start threatening us like Russia has repeatedly. North Korean president, he likes to fucking throw threats out there for over the last 10 years or so. He's been threatening us, or 7 years, whatever it is. Right? So again, all of these guys keep throwing these threats out, but nobody is willing to push that button. Now, could there be a rogue nation out there that would absolutely do something like that? Yes, that is a possibility. But even then, that rogue nation would be wiped off the map in kind. So, and even they know the responsibilities of starting a global nuclear war. That is my point to this whole thing, is that global nuclear war, the Third World War, whatever it is, guys, it's probably bound to happen, but not now. And even if it does, we'll be ready. Now, if you happen to be in a state like New York, or rather New York City, not so much a state, but a city like New York, yeah, you could be wiped off the planet. You could absolutely die with your preps. But I am not holding my breath, nor am I scared. I'm doing this video, guys, to let people know, don't be scared. Stop with being nervous. Nervousness and scared are for bitches. If you're ready, whatever comes your way, you're going to handle. You're going to adjust accordingly, and you're going to handle. A lot of YouTube channels are still beating the drum that we are going to die in some nuclear cataclysmic war this year. First of all, it was supposed to be last year. Last year, we were supposed to have all-out nuclear war. And you guys know what channel I'm talking about. We were supposed to die 17,000 times last year. And we didn't. Here we are now in 2024. We're still here. And granted, there are some conflicts that are going to start popping up in other spots of the world. It's still not going to lead to a nuclear war and or World War III. A lot of people need to tone it the fuck down, cut the shit, and just watch what's going on. I think we're being told this information to be kept on, to have our nerves racked, if you will, to keep us nervous, to keep us sick. Because the more stressed out you get, the more nervous you get, the sicker you are. It wipes out your immune system. Or rather, it takes your immune system down. Doesn't wipe it out, but takes your immune system down so that you end up getting sick. So that you, in turn, go right back to the pharmaceutical companies to be put on medications. In fact, so many people, because we're on the edge of world war, are suffering from anxiety and depression. And now are turning to pharmaceutical companies to be put on drugs. Drugs that do not help, drugs that make matters worse, drugs that put you into a deeper spiral, which then you have to start taking other medications because you start developing other psychosis. It's an endless, guys, free fall when you start entertaining Big Pharma and their bullshit. Endless free fall. And they know that. This is why they sucker you in. This is why there's a commercial on every 15 minutes about some medication that's sold here in the United States to get you hooked on. Oh, do you have a leaky dick and an itchy balls? Take this drug. You're like, what? And then women are like, well, my right breast itch. What do I? Oh, we got that drug for right titty itching disease. Whatever the fuck that might be. Because they want you hooked on their bullshit. The more stressed out they can get the body, the sicker you become, the more reliant on pharmaceutical companies you become. And that's what they want. They want you to be sick. They want you to stay on their meds. They want you to keep funding pharmaceutical companies. This is why media, big media if you will, they keep telling us that, oh, we're right around the corner from a world war. The nuclear annihilation could be coming any day now. The clock is past whatever the fuck it is. The doomsday clock moved again. Meanwhile, there was a scientist that just said it should move back because we are less likely to get into a global war or nuclear war because, and then he ran down some mumbo jumbo. And I was like, interesting points. But what I'm looking at, I'm not seeing it either. And in fact, I'm seeing less interest in the Palestinian-Hamas war and the Ukraine-Russia war. No one gives a fuck. Because it's all staged. It's all there to rattle you, to make you sick, to keep you nervous, and get you depressed. Anyway, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.